Okay, hey everyone, Jen here. In this training, I want to talk about the power of campaigns. And the reason I want to share about this is because I come across a lot of B2B companies who have quite a complicated array of services or products that they can offer people, and they find it incredibly difficult to articulate their value proposition, very difficult to succinctly distill what they do, who they help, how they help them, and to pick up new clients. And for this reason, a lot of B2B consultants who are very, very good at what they do tend to receive a lot of their business via referral and word of mouth. So they kind of come across projects and jobs that they're able to do very, very well. They're able to solve the problems for that business. And then someone within that company will then refer them to someone else down the track. And as they go, they kind of develop this toolkit or this array of different things that they can do and different problems that they can solve. But because they've never really had to articulate what they do or market or sell what they do, because businesses always come to them, it becomes this confusing hodgepodge of services. And I wanted to talk to you just really quickly about the power of campaigns. So I'm going to use the example of a current client of mine who is an IT consulting company and service provider. And this IT consulting company can broadly do two categories of work. So change management, delivering change within the kind of digital transformation space, and then regulatory and risk kind of management and mitigation. But you can see the broad array of things. And this is only like 15 categories, and there would actually be more things that this provider can offer. So anything from payment card services, so working with retail companies around their credit card payment or Visa card payment, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. Now, there's often a fair bit of overlap with these. App development, agile process development, training and culture building within the company, compliance around different regulations such as ISO and PCI, and all of these have different meanings, testing, automation, web and mobile tech, market data and research, and so on and so on and so on. I'm pretty sure there would actually be more than these 15 categories of different things that this IT consulting provider could do. And this consultant is a classic case of being somebody very, very good at what they do, but finding it very, very difficult to articulate what they do purely because of the broad array of different things that is possible. And looking at this person's website, or this company's website, the generic messaging is actually quite astonishing. So things like, we help companies gain business benefit from digital transformation. I mean, this is so broad. Companies, what type of companies? There are billions of companies in the world. Business benefit. What is the business benefit? Most importantly, what's the financial business benefit that's given? And digital transformation, what type of digital transformation? Does that mean moving from hardware servers to like the cloud? What is going on here? We bring the benefits of IT transformation to our clients. Yeah, again, like what are the benefits and what is the IT transformation and who is the clients? We identify challenges and provide solutions. I mean, that statement could be for any business, someone who's doing paid advertising, or even a dentist who's checking your teeth. Like, these are such generic statements. And as a result, there's actual incredibly difficult to generate a pipeline of leads or do marketing and sales to cold audiences where you have no kind of specificity around who you're talking to and why you're talking to them. So let's talk then about the power of running a campaign for a company. In this case, across these different areas of specialty, this company could help small business, they could help medium business, and they could help large enterprises. Now, large enterprises are harder to secure because obviously there's a lot of bureaucracy and kind of layers of decision making, but those large enterprises are obviously worth a lot of money when the contracts are won. Across industry, you can see there's a huge array of different industries, like everything from retail, hospitality, and e-com, right to like huge hospitals and healthcare, banks and financial services and software companies. So really kind of giant organizations as well. And then the key person could be anyone from just the owner or the manager of a company, right up to really specific roles like data protection officer or chief information security officer, people like that. So there's such an array of companies, industries, and key people to talk to. No wonder the messaging is so generic, and the website is just this kind of like massive menu of options that it's really, really hard to then sell. You're kind of just waiting for people to come to you and say, can you do this thing? And then you can say yes or no. So when we're selling, we need to start to think about a campaign. So here are 3 case studies that I got from this client. And this is where it gets a little bit more specific. So this client is not able to talk about particular company names. So it's a global loyalty platform provider, okay, very big organization worth, millions, if not multiple millions of dollars. They have a card payment solution. I mean, think like Visa or something. They have a card payment solution, and they're going to reduce 2 years of effort launching a new product into 2 weeks. Okay, so this is really about software design for a huge, global payment provider. This is more about a retail company, so certain kind of like e-commerce or offline retail, reducing obligations from 340 to 30, saving them a certain amount of money. So that's a really concrete outcome. And then this company, Target Group, was able to onboard a really premium client within 4 weeks. So you can start to see the case studies and the more specific use cases of some of the projects that this client has been able to do. So when you're thinking of campaign design, begin to think about or question yourself, what is the fastest, easiest, and most impactful result we can generate? Some of these projects are just huge, big projects, like office refurbs and, systems upgrades takes years of work with large providers. What is the fastest, biggest result that you can get with, the most efficiency? So in this case, with this client, we talked about this piece, something called a PCI compliance to do with payment card services. So I'm just going to highlight that. But this is something that is able to get a really quick result that's really great for the company and great also for this for the client, and is able to get fast, easy, and impactful results for the provider as well as for the end user. And we also asked, what is the most strategic result that will lead to more business? So in the case of a client wanting a PCI validation for payment card services, this can then lead to other work. It can lead to work around cybersecurity. It could obviously lead to work around, training and skilling. It could lead to other compliance work. It could lead to whole, like systems upgrades. So this project is one piece of work that gets really fast and easy results, but it's also a strategic way into a new company, which can then lead to almost like a snowball of different projects off the back of that. So that's why we selected that particular campaign. The next question then is, what is the case study of that specific project and a result? Like, what's the company size and industry? What's the company starting point? Who was the decision maker? And what's the desired endpoint? So in this case, it was here, we helped a retail company reduce regulatory obligations from 340 controls to 30 controls and save them 30K on annual validation costs. All right. So a retail company, I think more specifically, it was an e-commerce company turning over 1 million kind of transactions a year. And it was able to cut down time and cost very quickly. So we were able to talk about, it was retail, it was a mid-size retail company in e-commerce. The starting point was turning over 1 million transactions a year and had the old V2 standard. The decision maker, I think, was the chief technology officer of this company, and the desired endpoint is the V4 standard with less overheads. So it's faster, cheaper, processing of the payment. You can see that we're actually getting like really fairly specific here with who we're reaching out to and the decision maker. We can talk to them about their starting point, that they're, okay, hello, Mr. Owner or CTO of commerce company. I know that you're turning over 1 million transactions a year with your payment cards, and you've probably got the old V3 standard. This is going to be changed. We need to upgrade you to the V4. And did you know that when you upgrade to the V4 with us, we're going to help you obviously upgrade, but we're also going to do that in a way that helps you cut down time and cut down the payment card cost. So there's like less like overheads and costs to you. All right. So let's compare again the generic messaging that we started with at the beginning of this training of like, we help companies gain business benefit from digital transformation. I mean, this is pretty meaningless, really, when you think about it. It's so open in general, it doesn't really mean anything. When we really drill down on a certain campaign and we get very specific about who we help and how we help them, the messaging transforms to something like this. We help e-commerce and retail companies that process more than 1 million card payments per year to reduce the risk and reputation damage of data breaches and significantly reduce transaction overheads. That becomes very specific outreach message that becomes a lot easier to articulate if you're in a very brief conversation with someone. Oh, you're an e-commerce, you're a retail company. How many transactions are you turning over a year? Oh, okay, you're doing like 1.5 million card transactions a year. Did you know that there's going to be a standards upgrade? Did you know that your payment card processor will be asking you to upgrade, and that if you don't upgrade, it becomes more and more expensive for you to be charging people's cards? Did you know that we can help you? We can help you do it cheaper, and we can help you do it faster. Okay, so you can see how the conversation suddenly becomes very punchy, very fast, very efficient. And instead of kind of trying to solve everything for everyone and kind of target everybody with some kind of generic message, these generic messages that kind of pretty much say nothing at all, we start with campaign-specific language. We think about easy wins, fast, efficient, big wins that's strategic to get us into companies. And then once you're into a company, then of course you can be solving more and more problems and be kind of providing all these other solutions. Okay, so I hope that's helpful when you're thinking about the power of your sales and marketing, particularly if you are a B2B company with a broad array of things that you could do. So maybe you're a HR and recruitment firm, and you could do anything from training to recruitment to aftercare once people are being fired from a company, to culture building and nurturing the team and kind of leadership development and all of this array of different things that you could be doing. Like, how do you begin to articulate that? Let's get really specific about a certain type of company that you'd like to get in the door with. And then from there, you can bloom out and be providing an array of a menu of different other complementary services. So if you're a B2B company and you would like to talk about running a powerful campaign for your company, just send me a DM, comment below, let me know. We can have a conversation about running a powerful campaign for your company. But that brings us to the end of this video training. I look forward to seeing you in future video trainings. Thanks. Bye.